Hi everybody, it's Jeff Fitzpatrick. It's Monday, the 19th of May, 2025, and time for me to record my weekly video log. And it's a few different things going on this week. And here on the cover, I've made a change. It now says we sell puts on and buy high quality, great value stocks with income creating potential. The difference is I now have a greater understanding of stock buying policy, and I'm not sure at all that buying a good quality stock versus buying a poor quality stock actually increases the amount of buying power available through which we can sell puts. I think they all create buying power in relation to what the price we pay for the stock end of. But we'll see. I'm going to cover, as usual, the market, my stock picks, and what's happening around the clubs. First of all, the market. So we've had a really good run. We're now just 3% below the all-time high with some good rises. We've had rises last week basically on every day. However, today we have news that the S&P have downrated the financial standing of the US government, and that will potentially affect stocks when they open today. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. When they've done that previously, stocks have taken a hit. So it might create some opportunities. All these rising stocks are reducing the number of possible trades available to us. So in actual fact, I would welcome that. And the clubs. Well, I'm driving myself up the wall this week investigating stock buying power. And in particular, I want to try and confirm how to best estimate what stock buying power a prospective trade will use. I can confirm that the maximum stock buying power that an account is its value of shares owned, equity, plus the cash in the account. So if shares were bought, if additional shares were bought, the equity increases and the cash reduces. Buying shares is limited, though, by the cash available and also by an equity maintenance requirement. So we can't just keep doing it. And that's where the equity maintenance requirement comes into play. It is not a determinant of stock buying power. When we sell puts, we use stock buying power, and at present I can't work out how much stock buying power each existing put trade is using. It seems to be a function of the current ask price of the put, the number of shares involved, and what I'm calling an X factor related to the underlying stock price compared to the strike price. I should have it tied down by next week. But let's have a look. So these figures were taken from the Tees trading account as it closed last week. So the account overall net liquid value is $127,057. Within that, it's got a lot of cash, 83,634. Hey, we need some trades. But it's also got total buying power of $153,864. Now that's the total stock buying power potential of the account. Because they've already got some trades in place, some put trades in place, they've used some of that. So in actual fact, they're down to still a very large $111,000 of stock buying power. They've used $42,777 out of that total of 153,864. The maintenance requirement at the same time was 96,116, which just bears no relation to the stock buying power or the anything really that's in there. That is just the maintenance requirement. It's how much the account has to have in total equity, share value plus cash to maintain the trades that it's already got. But we need to know what this stock buying power is. And by knowing how much stock buying power different potential trades will use, we can determine which trade gives the best return on the funds we have available to trade. But how can we tell which calculation is the most accurate to get this? It's beyond me at present. But what I'm going to do this week is open a nice, clean, simulated margin account, and then I'm going to do some test trades on it. So it will be a clean account that I can simply sell one new put on, see what the effect on stock buying power is of that. And I can also do it again for a stock trade and so on. I will get to the bottom of this. So watch again next week to get the answer. Okay, so to this week's picks. So remember, I'm looking for stocks where the charts look good, they're at low prices, and there's a low risk to reward ratio. I'm looking for the indicators to be generally positive. I don't need them all lined up. I'm looking for some momentum, so I want the stock, price, and earnings to be rising. I want the company to be profitable. I want it to have a ZAX score of 1, 2, or 3, and a value line timeliness score of 1, 2, or 3. And I also want a positive value line analysis. Hey, I don't want much. If I can get all of those things, then it's got to actually give me a premium that's worth having. But this is the starting point. And here I am with this week's picks. There aren't so many of them because we've been having this huge increase in the market value, but I've got some. And on the put front, it looks like NVO and NEM, which is Newmont Mining, and Match are about the best. On the other hand, I have got cash available to buy stocks, and I can get stocks that are not particularly giving fantastic put premiums, but which do pay decent call premiums. So, for example, WNS it is way up there, 90 odd percent annualized return on calls at the moment. So it will be a mixture this week. But once again, just to emphasize, I am waiting to see what happens when the market opens. There may be some better opportunities come round. I might have to repeat the whole exercise. Let's see. We're now about 3 weeks into the online Zoom-based course. That's going really well. I've got 3 weeks of the back recordings in the website. So if anyone wants to join, they can. They can catch up through those recordings and any questions they can put directly to me and join in. I think we should have about 7 weeks left. I put the live stuff out on Thursdays at 3 o'clock, and then I repeated at 6:30, and then the next day I put out the recording of it. And it's great value. It's just £250. That's for 10 sessions. If you want to join the course, just go to myinvestmentclub.co.uk. There's a button on the front page. Click on that and follow the instructions. We're covering all sorts, but basically it is exactly how I trade. And you'll get the whole picture from this course. You can even see the first session, again, at myinvestmentclub.co.uk. Just underneath the join the course, there's another button there which will show you the video from the first session. If you want to watch that, feel free. And if after that you want to join us, again, be nice to see you. My Facebook group is the Extraordinary Stock Trading System. I'd be very happy if you would join that group, but again, there's no obligation. And if you're watching this and you're not already a member of one of my investment clubs, again, go to myinvestmentclub.co.uk. You can get a lot more information there. You can put in just £100 a month. You can put in 100,000. It's very, very flexible. You don't have to put money in even every month. If you go for the monthly option, you can do it as and when you can afford it. And we're getting some really good returns coming through. You can speak to me, you can speak to any of the members through WhatsApp, no problem whatsoever. Make sure you're happy and then join if you wish. And that's about it for this week. Let's see what happens when the market opens.